Uh-huh. Yeah. Alright. Let's do this one more time. Hello, you beautiful nerds of the world. My name is Torok, at your service, and I like to do reaction videos of Death Battle, like this one you're watching right now. And I've been in a bit of an awkward position lately. See, I made a reaction about Omni-Man vs. Homelander, where I made fun of Bardock not fighting Omni-Man, and I also made a bit about Deku not fighting Miles Morales, and even talked about how I wasn't a fan of the matchup in Z-Dog's face, who is a fellow YouTuber who really wanted that matchup, and here I am, 3 years later, reacting to both matchups coming true in the shortest amount of time in Death Battle history. I need to try something. Hi, yeah, so I know I said you were one of my most wanted matchup ever and all that stuff, but like, I think Lupin the Third is a better opponent for Sly Cooper because, I mean, you're kind of a stomp. I mean, Lupin is a bigger stomp than you'll ever be, but I kind of decided that it's more of a you problem. Because I don't want charm or actual video game icons I've grown up with. I want a random anime dude I've never heard about until hundreds of fans started pestering me about it online, and I think you only deserve your chance to shine to either a jewel-obsessed pony or literally the opposite of everything that makes your character cool. Okay? Okay, I think we're cool. See you in 3 years! Alright. Hope it works. Please don't be Sly Cooper versus Lupin next time. Could you imagine the timing? Anyway, today we're having Miles Morales, the ultimate Spider-Man of Marvel Comics, versus Izuku Midoriya, the Deku who gives it all from My Hero Academia! Like I said earlier, it's a matchup that I took a lot of time getting into because it's... I originally thought the whole next-gen hero connection is kind of a stretch between these two characters, and I was also perfectly content with Static and Asta as their opponents when they were announced back in the day. But learning about Deku and how My Hero Academia was apparently heavily, like hugely inspired by Spider-Man. Now enough about me, let's talk about how I know these characters. Spider-Man is possibly one of the Marvel character I've known and liked, like, for the longest time growing up. Like, I remember watching the Spider-Man animated series, I remember playing some games, watching a lot of his movies, and I never actually, like, settled down to think, like, what my... Who was my favorite Marvel superhero? Because I'm more of a DC adept, and I have my favorite superheroes here and there. But I never stopped and wondered like what was my favorite thing in Marvel. But if I have to say like who would be my favorite superhero in Marvel, I think it would be Spider-Man. I really love their universe. I like their villains. I love the Insomniac games. I didn't play them, but I watched Let's Plays of them, and I love the stories of these games. But when I say Spider-Man, I do mean the persona of Spider-Man. I'm not necessarily talking about Peter Parker, because of course right now we're talking about Miles Morales, who is the main character of the Spider-Verse movies, and I freaking love those fucking movies. I can't say if I prefer Miles over Peter or Peter over Miles, but like, come on, we all know who got the better movies. I like Miles. He's a very solid character, he's very enjoyable in his own way, and I just like the Spider-Man universe. As for My Hero Academia, it's going to sound paradoxical, because I still didn't watch a lot of My Hero Academia. I remember barely watching season 1 or something, and I just forgot to come back to it, and so I don't have like that much connection with My Hero Academia as I would have with Spider-Man. But I think I like Deku more. I don't know, for the few moments I watched him, he was such like a fun character to follow, and despite the fact that like most things that I know from My Hero Academia, it's from the last death battles we've had, he's such a fun and relatable nerd that like it just makes me want to root for him every time. It makes me want the best for him, and it really, I don't know. I'm just really rooting for him to finally get a win on Death Battle. Speaking of which, I think we can move on to who I think will win. Well, that's convenient. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure Miles Morales like packs one hell of a punch. Apparently, like he's got a vibranium suit too, which that's gonna be interesting. But I just feel like Deku can do whatever a spider can, and just crush the spider too. Unless you compare Miles to like the most insane threats he's ever faced in Marvel. I don't know. I just feel like Deku has more oomph to him, just like in stats. I mean, he's just gonna hit him really hard. Hey, say what you will about this quote, but Asta was right. But I think the best way to get an idea about this matchup is for me to just shut up and watch the video, so let's just get right to it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's really hard to count with this premiere. It's sending me for a loop. Fight!
Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya.
Spider-Man versus Deku. He's Wiz.
And I'm Boomstick, and it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Oh, okay, the sound is good.
Alright, let's take this from the top again. This is Peter Parker. He was bitten by a radioactive spider.
Let me adjust the
and for
sound
who knows
real quick.
How long, he's been
Hopefully.
the one and only Spider-Man.
A friendly neighbor to all of New York City. In a universe filled with super soldiers, hulking green Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little guy.
In
Yeah!
a multiverse of infinite possibilities, that doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe 1610, when NYC's Webhead got iced on the job.
The city was left without its protector. But fortunately, Peter wasn't the only one who got bit. Enter Miles Morales, a young teen from Brooklyn just trying to figure out his place in the world. And now, he had it thrust upon him.
The canon event to start all canon
Likes
events.
Naruto,
Now it was
TBC,
Miles'
JoJo's
turn
Gwen.
to be the
Dislikes
hero
canon
the
events,
needed,
game spots,
and he had
Paul.
all the usual spider kit to
Herald
help
of
him out.
Anansi,
This spider
graffiti
carried
artist.
the Oz formula, a genetics-enhancing serum that granted Miles superhuman strength, speed, and the ability to alter his body's electron attraction to crawl along any surface.
And you
What's that
can't forget that classic spider sense.
Yeah, it's been a while.
warning system that lets Miles know about incoming threats so he can react ahead of time. He even got an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff.
But no spider
Damn.
person is complete without their web shooters.
Nanomesh
Given to him by
vibranium
Peter's Aunt
suits.
May, these webs have all sorts of applications between swinging, grabbing, restraining, projectiling, and being made into constructs.
Not having Peter around to show him the ropes made things a lot tougher, though. And between mishaps with wall crawling and web slinging, Miles got off to a rocky start.
Like any
Yeah.
typical teenager, he had a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school? What was the right way to talk to girls?
And how could he live up to being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned out to be his very own uncle? Makes family dinner so awkward. All that, trying to kill you stuff.
Fortunately, Miles had a leg up on every other superhero known to man.
Living parents. Better yet,
Hey, you say that, but
supported him.
Superman's parents live in the last movie. I saw it yesterday.
Thanks to them, he learned that the best way to be Spider-Man wasn't to do
So
it
even
like
Superman got you
do
beat.
it his own way.
And it helped that this particular spider had a bit more to its bite than Peter's. Miles has a variety of unique powers, like invisibility and venom.
Not like Tom Hardy, though it is weird to give your main power the same name as one of your bad guys. Come on, Spidey, branding is important.
Plus, you know,
Miles can
Bane's
harness
venom
his
is
own
better.
bioelectric energy and weaponize it, which is especially effective against individuals with genetic mutations.
Punching,
Okay.
absorbing, blasting, mega blasting. Hell, he can even make electric constructs out of this stuff, like biowebbing and a damn sword.
Yeah, I've heard of
What
the
kind
sword.
of spider was this?
It's not entirely science fiction. Studies have shown that certain species of spiders, such as the Linnaeus, have a process known as ballooning. By spinning a thread of their silk, they can use the Earth's natural electric fields to fly, traveling up to hundreds of miles. No pun intended.
Well, whatever kind of bite it was, it gave Miles the edge he needed to find his worth as Spider-Man.
Miles can dodge gunshots, missiles, and lightning bolts. He survived all sorts of beatings, including a building exploding on top of him.
Oh, gee, Spidey could lift buildings and dodge light-speed attacks, and Miles is more than a match for him.
Like the time he absorbed the energy of a bomb that was going to vaporize Harlem. A blast that would have equaled 15 million tons of TNT.
He's gotten kudos from a ton of older heroes too, becoming a member of the New Ultimates and the Avengers. He even helped form the Champions, a team of teenage superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel and Ironheart.
The king of Wakanda himself even suited him up with some Wakandan vibranium.
The same stuff as T'Challa's own suit. This super rare and tough metal can absorb kinetic energy and vibrational impacts.
It helps to regulate Miles's venom powers too, allowing him to better control his electrical output.
The
Even
vibranium is thinner to better fit his acrobatic fighting style, but it can still shake off most fatal attacks like they're nothing. This stuff is tough enough that Deadpool's swords have shattered against it.
Though it's not as durable as, say, Captain America's shield, and enough kinetic energy will overload it.
Don't be near it when it does, or you'll end up like the Falcon here when he used his vibranium wings to stop a bomb that was gonna blow up New York City. That's twice now. Does any other city have to deal with this stuff?
But when vibranium and spider powers still aren't enough, Miles can push his electrical output into overdrive,
giving him huge boosts in strength and speed and making him a whole lot zappier.
Okay.
Classic shonen power-up, and he knows it too. He's a bit of a weeb and has a thing for mimicking some favorites.
Despite his initial insecurities, Miles has more than managed to live up to his predecessor, no longer standing in the shadow, but side by side.
Literally, his universe got blown up and he was sent to the main 616 timeline, along with his family, and now it's him and Peter as a pair of Spider Bros.
He's even become one of the big players of the Spider-Verse, teaming up with all sorts of other Spider variants to defend the multiverse.
Won an Oscar.
Anime Spider People, Robot Spider People, Dinosaur Spider People, Spider People, the whole lot of them, each with their own way of getting the job done. Miles even led them into battle against the Inheritors, a bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This is what Stan Lee was proudest of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who they were, any sort of person could wear the mask and do the right thing. For so long as we stay true to ourselves and help others in our own unique ways, then anyone can be a hero.
Anyone can be Spider-Man.
But what is a hero?
This episode
To the
contains
citizens of
spoilers
Japan,
for the
there
ending
was
of My
no
Hero
one
Academia.
synonymous
Yeah,
with
no
war
shit.
and their symbol of peace, All Might.
The
Yeah!
numero uno, with a smile on his face, he could save anyone.
I would have
and
loved
win
him if he.
no
I would have
matter
loved it
what.
if he won his own
After a
death
battle
battle.
with his arch nemesis All for One, All Might was grievously injured. His time as a beacon of hope was coming to an end, and he would need to find someone to pass on the torch.
In this world, most human beings evolved to have their own individual superpowers, or quirks, but not everyone is lucky enough to get one. Like this kid named Izuku Midoriya, or as local bully Bakugo like to call him, the good-for-nothing Deku.
Izuku wanted to save
Favorite
people
food,
just
Katsudon,
like
romantic
All Might, but
interest.
even his idol
Oh,
told
you
him
know,
that he would have
one of
to
them.
give up on his dreams.
Forever the beta male in the shadow of Bakugo and his Sigma quirk, until he got the chance to alpha up and lend his rival a helping hand, proving himself worthy of All Might's torch.
And so, after months of training, Izuku was granted All Might's quirk, One for All. This power allows him to boost his strength to incredible heights, using it for smashing attacks named after specific US locales, and a soccer club.
Or football, as they call it.
Straight punches, spikes, even finger flicks, One for All is the ultimate in strength-enhancing quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this giant robot in a single blow.
And his
By
arms.
accident. Too bad it wasn't the only thing he destroyed, though. Damn, that looks like it hurts.
One for All's power was so great that the recoil would shatter Izuku's limbs when he used it. In the hands of an improper vessel, One for All could cause their body to explode, so Izuku would need to continuously train to master it at his Hero Academia.
Say that again.
UA High.
Here he'd be inspired by girly pop Uraraka to turn
Yeah,
his hero
love
name into his
Uraraka.
hero name, becoming the Deku who always does his best.
Something that
Bakugo could go
may have
fuck
taken
himself,
too
though.
far.
When it came to saving people, Do Your Best here had a bad habit of putting
Like, I don't care if it gets better later.
Sure, everyone everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing.
God, I hope
over
he dies.
again if
He probably
wasn't so
doesn't.
paralyzed.
So to cut down
If
on
he
the
ever comes to
physical
death
build,
battle,
he developed
he probably
more
doesn't,
power.
but
Instead of using his quirk in short bursts,
But God, I
he
hope he
continuously
dies.
spread the energy across his body at low percentages, using it for acrobatics inspired by Bakugo's explosive movements.
And with that new thinking came a new fighting style, shoot style. To use a stronger limb that'd be less likely
Where
to
he
break.
pulls up a
Took
gun
page
and
from
blows your
Nerd
brains out.
Ida's book and switched to focusing on kicks to pack in more of a punch. Yeah.
And that power would be needed. After a climactic battle with All For One, All Might would be forced into retirement, just a few months into Deku's training. Now it was his turn to face this demon lord.
But he didn't have to do it alone. Just as All Might had passed One For All onto Deku, it had been passed onto All Might by his master, and onto her by her master. One For All was a power that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One For All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits, or vestiges, to help him in his battle against All For One.
Black Whip gives him energy tendrils to swing around and restrain foes. They can also brace his arms and manually control his muscles.
Costume
if he can't
setup,
move.
Air Force
Float allows
gloves,
him to
mid
soar
gauntlet,
high into
Iron
the sky.
Souls.
By combining it with
Yeah.
controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Danger Sense detects incoming threats and unease, letting Deku react in advance. Though it's mostly like an alarm bell and doesn't tell him specifics like location or number of threats. Familiar?
Smokescreen lets him create a smokescreen, but he can
Yeah.
use it at full blast to create a bigger smokescreen.
That's
Let's
swell,
go.
But the real meat is in Fajin. After building up kinetic energy within his body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
He's combined it with Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack, and can use it in
Yep.
conjunction with Full Cowling to achieve foe 100%, equaling All Might's full level of power without any recoil.
He once used it to outspeed a bullet shot by Lady Nagant, a former hero turned villain who has a sniper rifle for an arm. I think I'm in love.
Nagant's bullet once
I've
crossed
heard
a
of this
distance
girl,
around
yeah.
215 kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 6,700 times faster than sound. And Deku was moving so fast, the bullet seemed like it was standing still.
And he can go
Damn.
even faster than that with his final quirk, Gear Shift.
By touching a target, he can control its speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. He can slow down foes to leave them frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All For One's own protege Shigaraki couldn't track him, and this is a dude who can catch light speed laser beams.
It does have a
Yeah.
time limit though. After
Deku-
5 minutes of
Sorry.
continuous use, Deku's body
Deku can forcefully transfer the vestiges of One For All to an opponent to directly attack their soul, but he loses one of his quirks each time he does so. It also requires they ingest some of his DNA. Eat this.
All For One's own protege Shigaraki couldn't track him, and this is a dude who can catch light speed laser beams.
It does have a time limit though. After 5 minutes of continuous use, Deku's body will catch up to his speed, suffocating him as his cells become unable to take in oxygen.
Not nearly as bad as One For All was suffocating him though.
Can eat you really, really hard.
This shit in just 10 days. Suffocating him though.
Sorry, I need a second for this one. Can hit you really hard. I know what you did. Unlocked All For One's full potential, became the number 4 hero, obliterated Dark Might's fortress, flew nearly 200 kilometers under an hour, survives the recoil of his attacks, saved Eri Kota, Ayoma, Lady Nagant, defeated Shigaraki All For One, Overhaul, and Gentle. That last one.
No, he's been doing all of this shit in just the 10th grade. I
Damn.
haven't even figured out you can breathe through your nose at that point.
The pressure of having to save his friends, the country, the entire world weighed on Deku. So he left UA to fight this war alone.
But alone was never where Deku fought best. Having come from nothing, his admiration for his peers gave him strength, just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So when it came time to finally put that demon lord back in hell, his classmates, teachers, mom, friends, enemy, and everyone else supported and cheered him on. Because that was the greatest threat to All For One's reign all along.
Not All Might, not Deku, not even One For All itself. Just people helping each other out. And with their help, Deku defeated All For One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work, getting a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge to the next generation, just like every user of One For All before him.
Some might say he peaked in high school. If not for the sick new armor he eventually got to go back to kicking butt, he even made it all the way back near the top of the rankings.
All with the help of his friends. For so long as we keep reaching out our hands to help those in need, everyone can be a hero.
Let's go. Oh,
hello,
hey, Ben.
It's me, Store-Bought Benjamin. I know what you're asking. Benjamin, what are you wearing?
Dummy Fick!
Yes, that's our mechanical menace Mecha Goose pulling down the trunks of poor Dummy. Our new summer line of merch is available now on deathbattle.gg for a limited time. Website members can even get this in a unique color scheme. And there's a hat. I like
the hat's cool. Yeah,
I know what else you're asking. Benjamin, why did Wiz build robot butt cheeks on Dummy? I don't know.
Why not? They
Get
can
your
get
cheeks
bored,
at
you know?
www.deathbattle.gg.
It's gotta be lonely at the lab trying to it's gotta be lonely at the lab, you know? I don't know, I'm just speculating. Anyway, let me go back and revisit this analysis to get some notes, get the analysis, get a better idea of what I just saw, to give like a better prediction of what's gonna come next. And I'll see you in a bit, starting now. All right. So I haven't taken too much notes. I haven't found a lot of abilities that one would have over the other. So it's kind of interesting. I feel like Deku's smokescreen would be completely useless. I feel like Spider-Man's Spider Sense would be a bit more effective than Danger Sense at like identifying threats, because like you can even see through stuff with the Spider Sense. So I feel like that would counter the Danger Sense and the ability and the smokescreen ability. They both have ways to fly, quote unquote. Because like if Spider-Man can do if Spider-Man can use his bioelectricity to fly like a spider, and Deku can use float and then propulse himself. I don't know. They seem to have like a similar way of flying, so maneuverability is not necessarily a huge thing. My big question is how much they can absorb, how much like power they can absorb. It's Spider-Man's power absorption, because like I think he absorbed the power of a bomb that was like millions of tons of TNT or whatnot, so, like 15 megatons I think it was, and he absorbed the energy of that bomb, versus Fajin and Gear Shift, I would say, or maybe Fajin would be more comparable. If at best Fajin would equal All Might, who can like split clouds and whatever, maybe that sounds tougher. But my real question is, can Spider-Man counter Gear Shift? I still haven't exactly understood the Gear Shift. So it's a thing that lets you accelerate anything you touch, but also yourself, and you can also slow things down. I guess that could hinder Spider-Man's power. That could hinder Spider-Man, if not for, again, the ability to absorb energy. So would he be able to absorb Deku's energy back, through bioelectricity? Maybe I'm thinking this one too much. Maybe I'm thinking like he's doing like Cole McGrath bullshit, but it's just like the amount of energy they can absorb. And of course, like dish back out. I'm thinking it's possible that maybe it's possible that Miles can store and can like store more energy than Deku could, because Gear Shift has like its limits. Like eventually it will, even like with all the the crazy training he's done, like there's a point where his body like still has a limit, especially with Gear Shift, where you can only use it for so long. So it's a matter of yeah, it's a matter of stats, and I think that one final blow of Deku parting like this immense cloud formation, creating like this massive rift in the clouds, and like being on par with light timers, it's possible that he could be even faster because of Gear Shift. He could give himself a boost with Gear Shift and Fajin. They're both light timers, but maybe Deku could with Gear Shift could actually move and not just react at the speed of light. So that could be an advantage for him that I can see. Maybe Miles is like a bit more intelligent and a bit more experienced, I would say, definitely. But I think it all comes down to stats, and I have to give it to Deku. Even if you count like the vibranium, I think like if you count if you scale to how was it called? Falcon? No. What's his name? Oh no. The guy with the vibranium wings who could block like an explosion that could have leveled New York. I feel like Deku's got I don't know. I feel like Deku's hit is a bit stronger, but I could be wrong. This is the only thing that I'm a bit worried about. It sounds lame what I'm thinking about, but maybe Miles' electricity can still mess up Deku like on a bodily. Like if he were to just electrify him, you know, that would still paralyze you, I guess. I'm not thinking Pokemon, but like, you know, when your body is shocked and stuff. But I feel like Deku has worked around similar incapacitation before. I don't know, I'm just going with my guts here. I can't think of a good argument for either that is not just big stats and big like I can't think of anything the other would have anything the one would have against the other that is not like that would be like a game-winning counter, you know? At least not one that is like just physical stats. I'm trying to think of everything before we move to the fight. I'm trying to remember like collapsing buildings. Like there's things that were moving like thousands of times the speed of sound, and you could see it as it was like slowed down. You could see it in slow motion. I feel like Deku's just that much stronger and that much Deku's that much stronger and maybe a little faster to compensate. But I can be wrong about the speed, but I'm willing to bet Deku seems to have like the biggest he still seems to have the big punch advantage, even with the vibranium suit scaling to a New York sized blast. Well, actually, last time Deku punched a cloud formation and faced someone who could match someone who leveled an entire town, it didn't go well. Eesh. I can only see Spider-Man being a little clever and a bit more endurant, because of like Gear Shift can mess up with Deku. But aside from that, like, I'm going with Deku. Fuck you. It's just, come on, just hit him really hard again. You just gotta hit him really hard, and that's gonna be it. Okay. 3, 2, 1, click. All right, the commands are set, and we've written the data for all possibilities. It's time for a death battle! Oh, this fight. New York City. Ooh. Oh, that is cool. That's already super sick.
Yo! You're more man and less spider than usual.
Whoa, I was looking for you. Care to show me what you can do?
All right, new guy. First
lesson?
Don't watch the mouth.
Watch the hands.
Watch the hands.
Now watch mine!
Fight! Yo, it's a rap track! I'm in love with this already. Ooh! Mm.
Let's try that one more time.
Uh-oh.
Guess who?
Ooh! Batman wouldn't like this.
Here, gotta take this somewhere else.
Ooh, ooh.
You got skills, man. I like that.
Alright, Deku! Uh-oh.
Oh, mierda.
Ooh! Really old city.
I moved us to an abandoned part of the city so we can go all out!
Let's go!
Because I always do my best!
There you go, that's how you kick a building! Ooh! That is so cool! The fight is already so cool! Ooh!
If I'm gonna do my best, I gotta do my own thing.
You gotta go plus ultra! Uh-oh. The sword!
Sarah was right! Your quirk is amazing!
Amazing is my buddy.
Ooh!
They call me the
The ultimate!
His suit has shock absorption, not nullification. So, it's got a limit!
Come on! You just gotta hit him! Oh, so much aura!
Go beyond!
Plus Ultra! Oh no 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 no! Oh no! Spider-Man, you really are.
You really are the ultimate.
Yes!
Vaya con Dios, Aranya Hoven.
Let's start by talking about their superpowers, which matched up quite evenly. Unsurprisingly,
Yeah.
given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The spider sense gave Miles more insight on his surroundings and threats than danger sense,
Pretty
which
much.
has been worked around before.
This meant Miles's invisibility was harder for danger sense to detect when he wasn't attacking, while the spider sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fajin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom did. Since both had some advantages and disadvantages, we're gonna call superpowers a tie.
Exactly.
Speed. Scaling to Peter, Miles could dodge light speed attacks, which actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku though, that wasn't his best.
Let's
Thanks
go.
to Gear Shift, Deku could speed himself up to match Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki. Even worse for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally
Okay, so he couldn't
impossible.
counter that.
So speed goes to Deku.
As for skill, Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies on the fly.
But Miles' powers and fighting style gave
Yeah,
Deku
exactly.
a few immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile,
Exactly.
Miles has been handling everything from neighborhood
Miles
crooks
is-
to multiverse-ending gods for
Yeah, Miles has been trained by Captain America, Colleen Wing, Misty Knight, and Black Panther. While his training is arguably not as intensive as Deku's full-time studio at UA, he's not inexperienced by any means. Exactly.
Meanwhile, Miles has been handling everything from neighborhood crooks to multiverse-ending gods for significantly longer.
It's
Yeah.
close, but with his greater experience, skill goes to Miles. And that
That's
means
fair.
the biggest deciding factor is raw strength.
And
Exactly.
no contest. Miles absorbing the energy of that bomb was nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One for All is all about.
When Deku defeated All for One, the energy needed to part those clouds with this
There
punch
it is.
had a yield of 362 billion tons of TNT, smashing the bomb Miles absorbed out of the water.
But it wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all. So the question wasn't necessarily who was stronger, it was if Miles' suit was tough enough to continuously absorb Deku's blows.
When the Falcon protected New York from that city-destroying blast, it had a yield of 546 megatons.
Okay, good.
Impressive, but Deku defeating All for One was still over 600 times stronger
There
than
it is.
Vibranium's
Okay,
limit.
that's what I
And
wanted to
Deku
know.
did that with One for All's embers, not the full package.
And remember,
Okay.
the vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had.
Yeah, I was expecting a twist like that, but you know, I didn't want to account too much on that. Miles' bomb absorption feat was nearly fatal. Furthermore, the 546 megaton yield for Vibranium's durability was a high-end calculation. The energy to simply render New York uninhabitable is far less. Even analyzed generously, Miles' strength and armor is still much weaker than the One for All.
Making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what Deku could dish out.
Yep.
In this superpowered battle, it was Izuku's overwhelming speed and immense strength that made him the winning hero.
And the morales of the story is...
The winner is Deku.
Alright! Oh, Jesus Christ, this fight was amazing, no pun intended. Oh, it looked so good! From beginning to end! Like, it truly felt like a Spider-Verse movie, they truly felt like Spider-Verse scenes. But also with bits of, it begins as a comic, but as a comic book, but it ends as a manga. And oh my god, it is so good. I love little touches like this, but Jesus Christ, Moro! Jesus Christ, Moro! Look at all these scenes! They're all so screenshot worthy. Jesus Christ, yeah, I'm maybe showing like the worst examples, but yeah, you see, extremely good shot. But Jesus Christ, the banter between the two was also great. Like it was really wholesome about like not good. Like all right, we're just gonna see what each other can do. Let me show you what I can do. Go to an empty part of the city where we're gonna go all out. Look at this fucking shot! Look at this fucking shot! Look at this! What is this? Jesus Christ, Moro! Calm down! You don't need to revolutionize death battle animation every time. Like, you can take a break. Leave some of the glory for later animators. Jesus Christ, the aura farming on this! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's... I'm sorry, Kratos Asura, you've been demoted. This is the cinema matchup of the year. Sorry, cinema. Cinema, again. I don't have anything. Yo! That was... Oh my god. I need to rewatch this again, but it looks so clean. Everything looks so clean. And also like it's a pretty it felt like a pretty long fight as well. So I kind of not as a long fight as like, oh, the fight is longer than most death battle like on a time speaking. It felt like each scenes like could breathe. It really felt like each moments of the fight were breathing, and they were really figuring each other's out. Like, oh, God damn it, look at this, Jesus Christ! And this little scene of this little scene of Deku kicking Miles through. Ah. Oh my God, the real old York City. Again, the jokes are also so fun. Oh my God, look at this! Look at this! I can't describe these things. Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ, man! What is this? Like, you could tell me this is. You could tell me this was from this was from like a trailer for Spider-Verse 3 or like Beyond the Spider-Verse or whatever. Like, I could have been fooled, and I'm weighing my words. That's the thing. I'm Okay, if I can say one thing that I'm not necessarily as much a fan as the rest, maybe the final shots of this one, like maybe this shot. I don't know. Maybe it's because of Deku's model. It doesn't feel as clean as the. I don't know. Maybe it's his animation. It's maybe his arm doesn't feel like that raised, so it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm nitpicking this. God, I didn't even realize the details on the sides. Like, what it's not even like just a black box. It's like there's literally something behind it. There's literally the rest of the town behind it. God damn. I don't know if it's like the best death battle ever. Every time I'm gonna say this. I don't think it's the death battle this is the best death battle, but it certainly is the cleanest one. Holy shit. It's definitely like emotional, like everything else regarding this fight. Like I like the analysis made the connection between Spider-Man and Deku of like what is a hero, or like it started with Miles being a hero, and then the transition with Deku. But what is a hero? And then they concluded that way. It's very good. It's very nice writing. I think that's A tier writing there. Nothing stood out too much in the analysis. I mean, I don't spend enough time complimenting the editing. The editing though is always on point with that battle. It's something I don't like talk about enough. But everyone who works on the editing of like these rundown and these analysis is like, it feels always so clean. Even though I don't think it's like the, I don't think it's the one. Again, it's not an episode that is necessarily that I would necessarily shout out for its editing. Like, you know, those comic and manga panels being animated. It's always like so satisfying to see, even though like we don't talk about it enough. But I very much appreciate them. And again, like, all I can say is like this is a really good death battle. All I gotta say, this is a really good death battle. It's not like the peak death battle, but it is. I mean, no, actually, it is very much it's not the peak, but it is a mountain. Like, it is very much a mountain. It's very much a mountain of quality. And again, like, the animation is so clean. This animation was so good. Okay. And I'm just... This is the part where I'm just gonna repeat that this is so good again and again. So, maybe we should move out. We should move out to seeing what's next, because, like... God, that was real... Fantastic. Bravo, honestly. 10 out of 10 seems too much. 9 out of 10 seems not enough. 9.5 out of 10 seems not enough too. I'm gonna say like fucking 19 out of 20. 49 out of 50. That's a 49 out of 50 death battle. There you go. That's where I put this. That's where I put this death battle. It was very good. God. Anyway, let's move on to next time. I think it's okay. It's not episode 200. It's the episode before episode 200. Honestly, at this point, I don't know what to expect. So 3, 2, 1, go. I forgot the sound. Again. Let's take this from the top again. Let's do this one more time. 3, 2, 1, click.
The story is
The winner is Deku.
Let's go. Next time on Death Battle! Ah! Okay, it's this one. Yeah.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Alright, Death Battle. Alright, Devil Artemis. That's your chance to convince me that this matchup is good. No, the matchup is great. I'm just not confident it's gonna look as good. It's one of those where I don't know, I'm not confident of how good it will look on paper. But, Hulk versus Godzilla. It's time. Again, I'm scared. I'm scared for the exact reasons that I thought that I just mentioned. I'm. It's just I don't know how the size difference will look. How it will look on paper, you know. I'm just afraid that it's gonna be Hulk beating the shit out of the low ant-sized guy beating the shit out of Godzilla. Like, regardless of scaling, you know, I don't care about the whole debates regarding Hulk and Godzilla. I'm just afraid there's too much scenes where it's just like the giant Godzilla being beat down by the very small little guy, and it's like it would be hard to make Godzilla look cool with that much of a size difference. I don't know, because like I don't know. Maybe it's my lack of imagination, 100%. But it's Death Battle's chance to prove me wrong. I'm expecting to be proven wrong. Okay, I said it before. When this matchup was confirmed as one of the Kickstarter matchups. I said it. I said everything I had to say about it, and I'm totally expecting and willing to be proven wrong, and that this fight will look absolutely epic. I just don't know how. I'm just not sure how is the thing. So I guess we'll see in a month. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this Death Battle in the comments. Let me know what you thought of this reaction. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share it to your friends, your families, your foes, if you want to see more of that. If you want to see me being proven wrong by Hulk versus Godzilla, next time you can subscribe. Make sure you can see my embarrassment day one. It's also my occasion to say that I don't do only Death Battle on this channel. I'm also working on a Let's Play of Deltarune Chapter 4. We just did Chapter 3, so if you could check those videos out, that would be gladly appreciated. And without further ado, that's gonna be it for me. That was Torok at your service, and I'll see you next time. Fucking clean!